Welcome back to Elder Wolf MTG, everyone. Elder Wolf here, and we are doing another jump in. I've had quite a bit of fun with this, I guess, format mechanic. It's been nice to be able to put together some pretty quick decks. Of course, you keep the cards that you open, or the two jump in combinations of 20 cards, which is nice. And I have a good one here. I've been playing this one offline for a lot of my quests since my last recording, and I've been waiting to record when I've had some open time, post work and what have you. And this one's a nice one. The deck, it pairs really well together. The Elusive comes from Murders at Karlov Manor, and there's a few fairies with the disguise mechanic, which gives you a little bit of value, and then clue tokens for card draw. And so Coerce to kill is great because you basically get to take something from your opponent, and it's a 1/1, but it has Death Touch, which is really nice removal. There's quite a bit of discard. There's the Nizumi Informant, there's Exile with the Unscrupulous Agent, there's Ruthless Negotiation, there's also Bandit's Talent for discard, and Psychic Whirl. Like, there's a lot of stuff here that's going, and then you have removal with Undercity Eliminator, which is quite nice. We've got a few removal spells like Fell, and we have counters like Reasonable Doubt. And yeah, it's just a solid little deck. And the one that is the bomb in this particular combination is the Rotten Mouth Viper. It's mythic for a reason. 6 mana for 6/6. And as an additional cost to cast, you may sacrifice any number of non-land permanents. So clues, treasure tokens, food tokens, creatures. And this spell costs 1 colorless less to cast for each permanent sacrificed this way. And when the Viper enters or attacks, you put a blight counter on it, so a specific counter to this creature. And then for each blight counter on it, each opponent loses 4 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. So it comes in, they hit the effect immediately, and if they don't kill it, the next time they have to lose 8 life unless they sacrifice 2 non-land permanents or a combination of that and discarding a card. So it's super powerful. You got to get this off the board as soon as it drops, or it's just going to run away with the game. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've won way more games with this combination of decks than a lot of others. So let's go ahead and jump in for a few games. Okay, our first opponent is Any. Let's take a look at what we have. Also, you get a free mulligan in jump in, which is quite nice because they really just want you to be able to experience the cards. So we have the Deuce. Curious Inquiry is really good enchantment, +1/+1, and whenever the creature enchanted deals combat damage to a player, you investigate, which creates a clue token, which is quite nice. So we have a 2-drop, 2-drop, 1-drop on actually the Assassin is really nice. So we will definitely keep this. We are on the draw. Let's go ahead and sort our hand. It'll probably look something like this. And let's see what Any does first. But we are going against blue-white for the moment. Nice removal here. Coerce to kill. Okay, we have some enchantments going on. Spellbook Vendor is amazing. 2/2 Vigilance, which is great for 2, and then at the beginning of combat you can pay any or single mana, and when you do, you create a sorcerer role attached to a target creature you control. Yeah, really great card. Enjoyed that one a lot. We are going to go ahead and do the Assassin and say go. We really just want to actually draw just a couple of lands. Let's see. If they attack, because I have a 3-drop, I will not block because they gave the roll. Yeah, really good value on their part because of them having the 3/3, and they can't add an additional sorcerer token. Yeah, because it's a roll, and so they're not going to be able to make it like a 4/4. So I'm not going to block this. I think I'm going to go ahead and just play out the 1/4 just to soak some damage, and now we have options next turn. We can do the cadaver, which is nice because when you sack a clue, you just get it back into your hand, which is a 3/1 flyer. Not great stat lines per se, but yeah, see that it doesn't go up to 4/4. I don't know if my opponent didn't realize that, but having the 1/4 stopped them, which is what I was wanting to do. Curious here is I can either do the cadaver or I can do both deduce and curious inquiry. I think I am going to do the cadaver here and just say go unless they counter it. Okay, they did not. Doing 1 damage in the air is not worth them attacking in for 3. If they do attack with the vendor, I will block with the cadaver. Let's see what my opponent does here. Griffin is a very good one. It's a 4/4 flyer, and then you can pay 3 and sacrifice 2 enchantments to return it from the graveyard to the hand. So I've got some options here. And I think I'm going to take their Griffin because that allows me to attack in with my flyers, and then also gum up the ground as well. So I can go ahead and do this. They have plenty of mana over there. Let's see if they cast a creature and then give it a sorcerer roll as well. 6 mana for my opponent. At least 6 mana available. Discard sleeves here. Yeah, I've been enjoying the jump in format quite a bit. And especially with the channel goal of getting all cards eventually. That's been fantastic. Okay, so the Wrangler, what does the Wrangler do? It's flash, so they just did on their turn. At the beginning of your end step, if you have not cast a spell from your hand, you create a 2/2 flyer, which is great. Let's go ahead and block. Not going to be against that. Okay, they don't have any flyers. And so, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to hold up. I could probably do one of these to see if I can get a land. That's good. Well, sorry, I thought I already played a land, but or I did not, but I have. So anyway, that's good to get a card. I will do deduce before the end of the turn. It'll be interesting to see if they decide to not cast a spell. I don't know if their grouping has foretell or plot or other mechanics where you can spend mana to prepare a spell for the next turn, which is not casting it, which would trigger the Wrangler's ability. This comes from the Outlaw Thunder Junction set, which is where plot is really important, so I'm assuming they have plot cards in their deck, with this card specifically in the deck. But they are thinking pretty hard. Always possible that someone gets disconnected because Magic has the ability to play on your mobile device as well and play against opponents that are using, you know, desktop, laptop computers. Sometimes people will be playing like while they're a passenger in a vehicle and lose signal. I personally have not done that as of yet, but I'm sure at some point it'll be possible for me to experience that. Okay, they are selecting and highlighting and deciding they had enough. Okay, that's victory number 1. We're going to play a total of 3 games. and we'll end the video at that point. Next opponent is Fiona, however you want to say it. Okay, one drop, and ooh, that's tough. I go first, but I have really high top end in terms of mana cost. Hey, you know, we're going to keep it. I got 3 mana. I can't complain about that. I'm on the play. I do have a 1-drop. I'm going to go ahead and just do the Mistway Spy here because Disguise is 3. It takes a total of 5 mana. You really want to sit up for this, so I can maybe ping for a couple of damage, maybe even more over the course of the first few turns. What is in 1 mana planes that they're willing to target? Okay, I kept looking at Mistway Spy. Okay, so we have the Bloomborough jump in 20 card pack for the Mice Valiant deck, which is super awesome. So whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, each mice you control gets an extra power until the end of the turn. This can really trigger off pretty fast, especially with if you did the Offspring, but they did not do the Offspring. I'm gonna go ahead and attack, say go. Really looking to hit a 2 or hopefully a 3-drop. Short Bow's a great card. Equipped creature gets 1/1, has vigilance and reach, but it also targets for the Valiant effect. All right, I will do the deduce at the end of turn. Let's see if they go ahead and equip. It's equip 1, which is super powerful for the Valiant deck. It's going to be tough for us to win, I think, against a Valiant deck with such a slow start. So I would not be surprised if we lose this game just to get overwhelmed. Obviously, it depends on what my opponent draws and their plays. So they have a Murders at Karlov Manor pairing for Inside Source, a 1/1. When it enters, create a 2/2 white-blue detective creature token, and then you can pay 3 and tap the Inside Source. And a detective control gets extra 2 power and gains vigilance. Activate only as a sorcerer. So 2 bodies for 3 mana for a total of a 3/3 power. Quite nice. Also this is not a detective, so that doesn't matter in terms of its ability. Let's go ahead and draw a card. That's terrible. I think we're gonna go and get the Cadaver out this turn. That's because we have a clue token, we can get it back to our hand. As weird as it sounds, if they attack with the Swordmaster this turn, I think I will block it with the Cadaver because the potential of that to go off as the longer the game goes on. Fascinating. Long-term Swordmaster is a bigger problem. But let's turn off their Inside Source. I just can't not do this. If they have a trick, I'd love to get it out of their hand anyway because I'm going to get the Cadaver back. Okay, yep. That is my mistake. Should have done it on the Swordmaster. Didn't know, couldn't quite think of what they had. If they, I wonder if they should have moved that over. Okay. Probably a good turn here for us, as we have both the Unscrupulous and the Informant, which is going to remove 2 cards from their hand. Yeah, okay, a 6 mana 4/3 flyer. And let's get one more out of their hand. Oh, they kept a land over that one. Interesting. I'm actually going to hold back. My deck really has a much probably better late game than theirs. There's Mabel. Creates, yeah, the Crag Flame, which is really nice. Interesting attacks for sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this off the battlefield. I'm not going to be blocking Mabel with this, so I'm going to go ahead and take their Swordmaster. Let's see. Equip. Yep. 4/4 trample. They're going to put the short bow as well. Oh, or 2. Could have pushed more damage if they had put the short bow on, but I guess they wanted to get that out. Okay, we now have our Hulk Buster. I'm going to keep back the Swordmaster. Play out the Hulk Buster. Not sure what the face down card is, obviously, but they'll probably equip one of the 2 creatures attack, and I will block Mabel with the Swarm. Okay, they're going to turn it up. Okay, there's the 2 tap dogs. Yeah, the Dog Walker's a great disguise card. They did not attack. Fascinating. So I have 6 mana, which I can do this for card advantage, as well as keep up this, which I think is right. So let's go ahead and do a 2/2 and say go. Let's see what they end up doing here. The Husk Burster, I wanted to call it Hulk Buster. The Husk Burster Swarm is keeping them... oh, that's funny. Okay, the Watchdog is not going to allow me to turn the face down cards up during my opponent's turn, and whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, creature control get +1/+1 to end of turn, which is an incredible ability with 4 creatures, but let's see if they decide to attack. They do not. So let's go ahead. Oh, I can't do it in their turn, so I'm just going to crack this then. Get my Cadaver back in hand. Okay. Let's go ahead. What do I want? I think I want the Warlock. The question is do I want to play it now? And I think the answer is yes. So let's go ahead and do 1 in the air so I can take a look at their hand. What do you have? Oh, Bramble Guard is amazing. That's also very good. So that gets +2, which with all the things, I think I'm going to take the Captain. Not as concerned about, it is a haste creature. Okay, they did not want to, that's really interesting. They're still not attacking. Okay. Okay, let's go here. No, we're not in a rush. We have options here. So, not in a rush whatsoever. Drag the Canal is great. If a creature died this turn, I gain 2 life, surveil 2, and investigate. It's a very powerful card when something dies, and it's instant speed. Here comes the meddling use. Let's see if they attack now. I'm not quite sure. Nope, not going yet. Well, that's could be good. It does suspect 1 creature. If I start with my flyers, oh, they have reach actually. No, I think we hold up. I think we hold up for just a little bit longer. We have some cards in here that gives us a huge advantage in the late game. And a Rich. 1/1 vigilance and tap a target creature, and you can sack it to draw a card. Let's see if they sack that immediately or they equip. They're equipping, okay. Got some vigilance attackers. So my opponent is definitely also holding. I'm not sure why they're holding now because they've passed combat. Okay. Turn. Okay, that is an incredible draw. Okay, do I want to get rid of the reach creature? And I think the answer is yes. All right, let's go ahead and I'm gonna attack for 3 here. Since we had a creature die, we're gonna go ahead and do this. No, we do not want either one of those. That's a great surveil. They don't have any cards in hand to discard, so it doesn't matter. We get a clue, which is excellent. Okay, they're really pumping up the youths. Now that is also, Heartfire Hero is incredibly good. I think we're going to let that, I think they would pay anyway, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and let that resolve. Yep. Let's see if they know this. Well, it only works once a turn. So if they do it again, it's not going to... Okay, they wanted to just get that back on. Okay, so let's crack the token. Crack the clue, rather. Draw a card. What have we got? We're down to 16 cards. 4 cards deeper than my opponent. I'm not sure what happened to my opponent. They might have gotten disconnected. So if that's the case, I will come back when the video... Okay, no. They're there. Okay. Well, we are definitely not in the best condition to do much here. The meddling use is a 6/7 with reach. It was my fault on the short bow. I didn't realize that's what gave it reach instead of the base level of the creature that I destroyed. It was a horrible mistake on my part. What I can do is attack for 2 in the air because it is Death Touch. Actually, I don't think I'm going to do that. Let's go ahead and set ourselves up for drawing cards. This should give me 6 mana to draw a card, basically. Okay, that. +1/+1. What do I want to get my +1/+1? To draw a card. Let's go ahead and give this. Maybe next turn I will attack with the swarm. This also allows me to just straight up block their meddling use. Well, not really, because they get +1/+1 when they attack because of the watchdog. Yeah, this is going to become a problem when they attack with the Heartfire Hero and I have to kill it, then it does that much damage to its power to me. So this is going to be an interesting... Okay, that is an amazing draw because it gets rid of their youths. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Do I return a target creature? I don't really know about that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this now. I don't want to give them a card, so let's make them sacrifice their youths. All right, so I can hit them in the air for 2, 3, 6. I hit attack with the 7/7. They block with the 2 dogs. And then I have 1, 2, 3 blockers in the air. I would lose. But I do have lifelink, which if I give that to my Husk Burster, I would get quite a bit of life back, which I think it is worth it. Maybe I do that one more turn. Go 5 here. And then the next turn I would be able to... Sure. See if they've... Okay, Valiant there. They're going to cycle. Sure. The good news is I have the Scales of Shade for lifelink, which is amazing. They're going to have to do something here pretty soon. Let's see. Okay, they're not doing anything. They have a 4/4 reach. I'm also going to have to do something here. So if I attack with my flyers, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the air. They have to block with the reach. If I attack with the Husk Burster, then obviously they have to attack, but they could just block with the 2 dogs, but yeah, it's still not great, is it? The problem is their hero is starting to get too big. So I think this is the turn that we make them figure it out. Okay. Okay. Yep, that's what I thought. Actually, I like this a lot better. If we killed our Heartfire here, that's great because we're going to give the Scales of Shade to the Swarm. Okay, let's do here. And who we have in to block this? This is the... that. So 3 here. So I keep my Swarm. Gain 9. They deal 6 to me, so I go up to 12. Okay. All right, they can crack back for 8, 11, and they have it. Okay. Well, good game on that one. I mean, they have to attack with everything, which they have vigilance on everything, so why would they not? But there are, yeah, nothing I can do. Good game. That is the power of the Heartfire hero. When it just grows and grows and grows, there's nothing you can do with it unless you can exile it. I did have one exile effect in my deck, but maybe I should have played to have drawn into it. But anyway, there was one game there. It was a little bit longer than I was thinking. But let's do one more. Okay, final opponent here. Game number 3 is Brick Ninjas. And let's see what we have. two spell, two spell. Well, they go first. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. We do have some draw. Hello to our opponent. I'm really hoping that we can show off the snake. Oh, that's a draw. I'll probably do deduce or first, and then do a combination of these later, so to get the more expensive, potentially the more expensive spells. So we have red green here. Looks like Bloom Barrel plus March of the Machine, I believe, in terms of the symbols on the lands. Maybe that's right, wrong on this one. So Bloom Burrow, red, could be lizards, could be raccoons, could be otters. Let's find out. Yeah, I want to show off the snake if we can. Okay, no 2-drop from the opponent, which is great. And I should have done my swamp, but that's okay. I wasn't going to plan on playing that anyway. A 3-drop for our opponent, I'm assuming. They may think I have a counter, which is perfectly possible. Whenever it attacks while saddled, exile the top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card saddle as 1. Yeah, really good creature. Solve that one. I will go ahead and draw a card. There was a removal that I needed last game. And let's go ahead and do the... I'm assuming usually this hits a 1 card instead of 2 lands, but quick draw. Okay, yeah. They got rid of a trick. Let's see if they go ahead and play a creature in saddle, which would probably be the ideal here. Good value for the opponent with the Helicourser's ability. Okay, they did not play to saddle. What does that mean then? I'm not sure why they didn't do that first in saddle. They would have gotten a free look at a card, but that's okay. Not going to complain, I guess. I think we need to do agent here. Soak up. I'll block the courser next turn. Soak up some damage. What do we do? Just a mountain? And then this is sorcery speed only. I won't do that now, so I'll just keep up the clue. For next turn we can do the coerce to kill. So if I need to, I can take either one of their creatures and just basically make a 1/1 death touch blocker to help soak up some damage. Okay, we have a plot for Beast Bond. Okay, there's the Sentry. So now they have 2 additional mana. Yeah, there's the saddle. Definitely, they should have done that last turn. Exile it, so they play Magda next turn. I'm gonna go ahead and save 4 life here. Go ahead and do clue. All right. Getting to the bottom of the deck. I think what I'm going to do here is go ahead and do the Helicourser so they can't draw a card. I'm going to take some damage here. Yeah, this is going to allow them to play all their spells. 6 mana available. Here comes Magda. Also, the Outcaster. This takes away them to draw a card, as well as get that value from saddling the Courser. We're going to be taking 3 damage here, unless they have a way to pump so that the sentry can attack, which is possible. Looks like they're targeting their sentry. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, and so I will take 7. This game may be over. I really need to draw my snake. And that is not the snake. Yeah, we're going to have to just return. It's not the play that I would like to make, but now if we can just get to next turn, we can stabilize here. I'm hoping they don't have like a combat trick. At this point, they can attack for 5, but they would only get 2 in unless they have a way to pump, so that the sentry can't attack unless you have power 4 or greater. So they don't have great attacks at the moment, but if they pump, then it's a different situation. Oh, well, that is a huge problem. Yeah, that's going to end the game right there. Menace and hey, yeah, now they can attack with everything. And I am dead because they have 6 mana. All right, well, I didn't get to show off the snake, unfortunately. I guess I could do one more game. Hopefully that I draw the snake, just to show the power if you haven't seen that yet. Yeah, super powerful. Let me play maybe one more of this, and we'll see if we can find the snake in our deck. If not, we'll stop the video after that. Yeah, immediately next opponent is Cork. Let's see if we can get some better creature draws here. I'm telling you, we're still just getting heavy on the top end. Psychic Whirl's great here, but this is a pretty slow hand. I do have the Disguise. I think we can keep it. Give a hello to our opponent. This is the way to exile, which is what we needed, obviously, in one of the earlier games. That is a fantastic draw. Probably then I will go disguising the Snoop next turn. This is a free attack by me. So let's see. They should block. Yeah. I could have used this. I just don't want to do that just yet. I'm gonna go and disguise here. Now, if they are on the, it looks like, yeah, they're on the squirrel deck, then fueling their graveyard with Whirl is not going to be the greatest. But, you know, what can you do? I've played against this deck before, this portion of Jump In with the squirrel deck. It is quite powerful. Okay, let's see, I can flip this. And I think I should flip this. So I need a blue land. Actually, is about the perfect thing because it gets value there. Okay. Yeah, now I have a decent blocker for the moment in the Snoop. I've gotten my 4th land. Let's see what happens. Hopefully next turn I can draw a land, and I could play both Informant and Whirl and get rid of 3 cards. 3 top sentries. Okay. Yeah, that's actually great. Okay. So let's go ahead and have them discard basically all the way down to 1 card. Take 2 spells, Sticky Tongue and Bushy Bodyguard. All right, and let's see what final, or not final, what is one more? And an island, or sorry, island, a forest. Okay. Interesting, they wanted to have a 5-drop by keeping that, as my understanding. Yep, there goes the recycling. They gifted me a card, return 2 target permanents. There's the Bushy Bodyguard. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take 4 here. I think we're going to be exiling that here. There's the Viper. Super. Okay, so we will get to see that one. Let's go ahead and get rid of the informant and exile this one. I'm going to go ahead and not attack. We have a very good late game coming up. One more mana. Okay, they're going to recycle again. I mean, the squirrel deck has a ways to do that. Okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pay the 6. Keep all my blockers. Okay, now they have to decide to lose 4 life, which is probably what they'll do, or they sacrifice an on-land permanent, or they discard a card. Discard a card could also be what they do because they are on the squirrel deck. Okay, they took 4. The next turn is great because I can attack. They have to do that again twice. Cash grab. There's another mill. Okay. To see what they do here. This. Okay, wow. They wanted to say they should have kept that back as my recommendation, if you will. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We have this. They're gonna have to make their choices. Okay, took 8. See how they block. Okay, triple block. Quadruple block. They're probably going to exit the game after this. Okay, let's do... I get to have 8 power, so 2, 3, 7. Yeah, let's get rid of the... Yeah, let's get rid of this way. And yeah, what in tarnation? I do apologize. And then I think I have to exile a card. Okay, they get rid of their sentinel. They really want to hold on to whatever this card is. They've been holding on for a long time. Yeah, they're probably dead here. They have to get rid of the Viper now. They can't afford me to attack with the Viper again. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do face down, and we're going to flip it face up. They will flash in their skunk to kill my Viper. But at that point, I think it's going to be too late, because now they have to do this 3 times. So they're going to have to discard. Yeah, Camellia is the big bomb in the squirrel deck. Amazing with other squirrels. Very good card. Wolverine. Okay, Wolverine and... Yeah. Okay, so they're going to flash in, but it doesn't matter because they have too much other damage on the board. They will kill my agent, I'm assuming. Okay. Guess technically I'm not dead. Or they're not dead, rather. But they obviously are next time. And then I get more clues. Yeah, you see the power of the Viper. It just overwhelms. It gets so strong every single turn as it gets counters on it. Yeah, and you can actually accelerate it getting out. All right, let's just go ahead and 16 life there on attack 4. Okay, so you got to see the Viper. Excited about that. But yeah, thanks for watching the content, everybody. Hope you're enjoying this Jump In series. Let me know in the comments. If you do like the content, please like and subscribe. Really appreciate that. And we'll come back very soon in the near future with more Jump In, as well as more drafting, and a pack opening video is coming up very soon as well. So really appreciate it, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time.